Hello, Dan Krzyzewski here, currently inside one of my rehab properties. The reason I'm recording this video today is I wanted to let everybody know that there is hope. If you do find a property that has that extensive cat smell from cat urine, cat feces, or dog smell from dog feces, dog urine, things like that, there is hope to turn that around and still be able to fix up that property and make a profit from it. So with that, I'm going to give you a little brief history of this property that I'm standing in right now, as well as some of the steps that we've taken to remove the odor that as of a few weeks ago was so strong it almost knocked you over when you walked in. So I'm in here today, don't really smell anything other than the smell of primer, and there's a reason for that, and let me show you the steps on what we took. So first, let's start talking about the history. Right here, I'm standing in front of a staircase that goes up to an attic. This is not a finished attic, okay? It was just an attic with a staircase. This is a small ranch, and I would imagine that it was just mainly used for storage. At least most normal people would use this for storage, right? Well, the big problem was whoever owned this property before decided to leave that as a giant litter box for their cats, okay? So when you used to be able to walk up those steps, which you obviously can't right now, we've removed all those boards, used to see basically a giant litter box right on top of the insulation, on top of the floor, the main floor boards up there, plywood, whatever, as well as on top of drywall, okay? So there was just a strong odor, especially as you walked up those stairs. So we thought, well, what do we need to do to get rid of that odor? Obviously, the first thing we did was we removed all the insulation, all of the floorboards, everything that was up there, the urine, the feces, things like that. We then followed it up. As you can see, we removed all of the drywall ceilings, okay? One of the big things with cat urine is that soaks through to pretty much just about everything, okay? So by having that drywall still there, no matter what we would have done, you still would have smelt it. So what we did is we removed all the ceiling drywall, okay? The next thing that we did was, because they weren't just going to the bathroom up in the attic, they were also going to the bathroom on the main level floor. Obviously, we removed all the carpet and the flooring, okay? But, as you can see, all these rooms are bare. We also took out the floor, the plywood and floorboard underneath that and went back down to just the original base floorboards, okay? Now, there are some pieces that we obviously were busted, and some of those probably broke when we were removing the bigger boards, the big 4x8 sheets of wood, okay? We'll replace all those, but what that did is it got rid of the soaked wood, it got rid of the soaked carpet, got rid of the tile that still had that smell to it as well. And then what we started to do is we started to seal everything with Zinsser Bin shellac-based primer. And what that does, it actually has an odor barrier built into it. Okay, so every piece of exposed wood has to be touched, whether it's the baseboard or the floorboards or the ceiling rafters. Everything that you see that was exposed wood has been primed, and that has that odor barrier on it and is completely sealed it in. Again, Zinsser Bin shellac-based primer will seal in almost all of the odor. Here's a bathroom that we took down to the studs. Now, we didn't take it down to the studs because of the odor. We took it down because we were going to be redoing it anyway. But again, we had exposed wood, had it out there. We thought, why not? Just in case, we'll make sure that this, bathroom never becomes an issue. Now, you notice we only have the floor sealed in the one room to this point, but we do have all of the ceiling rafters sealed to this point with that primer, okay? I'm going to take you down to the basement right now, because one of the issues when you do have animals going to the bathroom on the main level, when it soaks through the carpet, soaks through the tile, soaks through whatever, it gets onto the joists as well underneath that. So, what did we do? We sealed that as well. Everything you see down here is kind of like nice bright white, right? Here's some more exposed wood that we sealed. And it does a couple of things for you. Number one, it removes the odor, okay? Or I shouldn't say removes it, seals it in there so that you'll never have to smell that again. The other thing it does, it's kind of an added bonus, is look at how nice and bright the ceiling is now down here. How many people hate going into basements and just feeling like it's just a dirty old basement? Well, now, once we finish priming the walls and painting the walls, and we also put a nice fresh coat of paint on these basement floors, we've got a clean looking basement, nice and bright. You're not going to have to worry about the kids being scared about coming in the basement because it's just a scary old basement. The other thing that, if you notice, we do not have a furnace. One of the other things that we did to get rid of odor, because you never know where these animals were going to the bathroom, and because we were going to replace the furnace anyway, we went ahead and had all of the ductwork removed, okay? So as you can see, all of these rafters are empty right now, okay? Normally you would see a lot of sheet metal running through there, a lot of ducts coming through there, okay? Well, the ductwork, when we have that brand new, on top of having the new furnace, obviously there's no chance that there's any cat urine or anything inside the ductwork. So that's another thing that we chose to do. Maybe you could just have a ductwork cleaner come through and put some chemicals in there, but we just said, you know what, while we're getting a new furnace, we might as well get the new ductwork, and I tell you, it has made a big difference. So like I said, a few weeks ago, I walk in this house and it smelled so bad it almost knocked you over, okay? Now I come in here and all I smell is the smell of primer, because we just did this a couple of days ago. And it's really just amazing how much of that odor is gone. So with that being said, I'm going to be signing off, but I did want to give you the hope that if you do find a property just like this, you still can make money on it. It really is not that expensive to buy the Zinsser bin shellac-based primer. It's really not that expensive to go ahead and do some of the things we did, removing the boards, removing the drywall, things like that. And if you can get a good deal, a good price on that deal, don't be afraid of some odor. You can still make money on that. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully this will help you along your way. Thank you. Have a great day.